Hello guys and welcome back to another video. It's GPA Karting here, and today I'm going to be showing you some video from TeamSport Eastleigh on the 20th of January from a GP2 members night session. So before we get into the actual racing, I'm going to take you over my best qualifying lap from the 15-minute session. The race format today is GP2, but there's no spare carts, so it'll be a 5-second stop-go penalty for every single driver at some point during the race. But yeah, here we go with the qualifying lap. I'll get right into it. And here we go. So just coming down the ramp and around the last corner, ready to start my qualifying lap. It wasn't the best lap ever, it was only a 24.2, but at this point the track was still very cold. The karts had only been going about 45 minutes as there was no one on the sessions before this. But yeah, just not a bad lap. I was kind of just scoping it out. We only had a 5-minute practice and this 15-minute qualifying. But yeah, coming into the last corner now, I'll get a really good entry. It's not the best exit though. I get a little bit of a slide on, and that's probably where I lost a couple of attempts. But yeah, over the line. And yeah, that was a 24.1. I'll put the lap times from qualifying in now. Cameron set an amazing 23.8 to get pole. Then it's me with the 24.1. Then Grandad 24.3 and Will with the 24.4. And down in fifth, it's Jack with the 24.4, Chris with the 24.5, Alex with the 24.6, and George with the 24.6. And then rounding up the grid, we got Fudgester, George, Graham and Oliver. So now I've run you all through the grid. Let's get on with the main bit, which is the racing. Let's go. So here we go guys, my first race of 2022 back at Eastleigh for this GP2 race. As I mentioned earlier on, there'll be a 5-second stop-go penalty as there's no spare karts for us to do a kart swap. And it's lights out, and away we go. It's not a bad start. Cover off the inside line instantly and slot in behind Cam. So the game plan for this race is that I know I'm definitely not fast enough to win. Cameron over the distance of laps is so consistent. Like he consistently does laps that are quicker than my personal best. So I wasn't surprised to see him start drifting away a little bit at this point. I looked at the times afterwards and he was a good 2-3 tenths better than me on every single lap. But the main thing is I do start to pull a little bit of a gap over third, fourth and fifth at this point. Grandad down in third, and he does manage to stick with me quite well, as you'll see later on in the race. So here we go. So I'm going to skip forward a bit until we get to a bit more action. So skipping forward to the end of lap 6, and we're starting to get our first karts going into the pit lane. Cam's already managed to pull probably about a 4-second gap on me. You can see him just swinging around the corner down there now and up onto the ramp. So yeah, about 3-4 seconds I think I've fallen off, which at this point I start to realise that there's no way I'm going to start catching him again, so I do start thinking about a pit stop, and that's where I'm going to leave you and go back to you now. So here we go, and it's nearly the end of lap 10, and I'm starting to catch my first lot of back markers who have already hit. So I kind of realised how quick I was going to catch him because I couldn't see him 2 laps before, and then suddenly he was there. I have a little look for a move here, realise that he's just going to defend. So I think, this is my opportunity, I'll go for a pit stop. Somehow I get blinded by something and my concentration's gone, and that's probably the worst pit stop you'll ever see at TeamSport from me. The look of disappointment from the staff kind of says it all, and I'm back on my way. And then even then I messed the exit up and slapped the barrier a little bit. Managed to just stay ahead of this guy, but that has dropped me all the way to 6th position because of that messed up pit stop. So I've got a bit of work to do now. So just coming over the line to start the 16th lap now, and I can see 4th and 5th having a big fight ahead of me, which is absolutely perfect. It's given me the opportunity to catch them up a bit because they're really holding each other up. They must have been fighting really hard because, again, like the last one, I couldn't see them 2 laps ago, but now they're right there. And I love following people. Anyone that's karted with me before knows that I hate leading, which is kind of weird, but I don't feel like I can get as much out of the kart. So here we go, and 5th, it's a bit of weird defending going on. some odd braking points, just defending really hard, and I'm going to slide up the inside of him here. Just a lot more confident these days on the brakes. I'm not so harsh on them, and I'm not squealing the tyres every lap, which is absolutely great. So that's P5 now for me, and I'm just going to let it play through until I catch up to the next guy. So on lap 19, I'm eyeing up the move, and I think I'm going to send the same move on this guy as we've done the last guy. P3 has also pit, so I'm going to jump from 5th right now up to 3rd, as long as I can hold this move. He's fought back, but I've got the inside line. And then out of nowhere, Cam has appeared, so I'm going to let him go, because I'm pretty sure he's lapping me. Might come back to bite me later, I don't know, but I thought I may as well let him go, try to get some fast laps in following him, as I know he is the quickest on track. So yeah, that's me back up to P3 after everyone apart from Cameron having completed pit stops now. So I've skipped forward to lap 26 now, and there's a little bit of an incident about to happen here, which holds Cameron up, the race leader. Obviously he's a lap ahead of me, so it's not like I'm fighting in position. But it does just get me a little bit closer, and I'm about to send the same move again on this guy. Seems to be my favourite place to overtake on this track. It's just hug the inside, and if you can hold that inside line, there's not really much they can do against you. So forward into lap 32 now, and I've just come to some more traffic, and this is where it all gets a little bit hairy for me. I get pushed a little bit wide. So there's another guy there now trying to unlap himself, and then someone sends it completely up the inside of me, which was a bit annoying because it's put me really wide, and it's going to lose me them 2 positions on the lap. I will get them back soon because it's Graham that's got back past me, but yeah, just thought I'd leave that one in. I thought it was quite funny. So forward another couple of laps, and I've already managed to get past Graham, and then I managed to get this guy going up the hill, which was probably my favourite move of the whole night, which was quite weird. I think it was the only overtake I made that wasn't on this last corner. But anyway, back after this guy now, which was the original task about 5 or 6 laps ago now. And there we are, we've got him about a lap later. So now I've got some clear air, no one in front of me for a good 8 or 9 seconds now. So time to get some hot laps. I'm going to skip forward to the next time something interesting happens. So here we are, lap 46, and this is where things start to get a little bit unlucky for me, I think, in terms of the timings. I'm going to let this next 3 laps play through and then show you the timings that got given to me after the race, which also altered my position according to the system. So as you can see, that's 1 lap done, lap 46 at normal pace. Now on to lap 47, this is the important one. And you'll see there's no incidents, no yellow flags, no spins, no hold-ups. It's actually a pretty decent lap. Like, I think it's about a 24.5, maybe even a little bit quicker, because I'm following Cam, who is the quickest on track, and I always do well when I'm following him. So we go over the line again, and just for the sake of the video, I'm going to leave this lap in as well, so you can all see that I did 3 normal lap times in a row. This is probably the slowest of the 3. Probably lose a second, maybe 2 there because of that little bump from the back markers holding up Cam. Here we go around the last corner, and yeah, get past one of these back markers quickly and over the line, and I'm going to show you quickly the times I got given for those laps now. So yeah, as you can see, lap 46 a 24.3, lap 47 somehow a 49.5, and 48 a 24.5. So the only thing I can work out from this is that the 47 is 2 laps put together. But yeah, like I say, it put me down a lap, and actually on the screens I was down as P5 at this point, but for the sake of the video where I've rewatched it and I know there's no mistakes, I'm leaving myself with P3 because that's where I'd be at this point in the race. But yeah, it's not TeamSport's fault. Things do happen. Just one of them things. I was pretty annoyed after the race, and at least when I saw the footage, I knew that I wasn't overreacting. I knew I hadn't been overtaken on track, and yeah, that just kind of proved the point. So for the sake of the video, I've left myself with P3 until as and when someone overtakes me. I'm just going to leave these couple of laps in, following Cam, as they were some of my best of the day, leading up to what will be my best lap of the day. So I'll leave this run for a couple of laps and then I'll skip to the fastest one of the day in a second. It was at this point in the race when that clout into the barriers earlier going into the pits really started affecting me. My right arm was completely numb at this point, going around these right-handed turns, which basically every single corner on this track is a right-hander. It didn't feel good. I was having to really work just to keep the kart going around the corners. I was in quite a bit of pain, but I knew I was doing all right in the race, so I just kind of got on with it. So here we go, guys, coming to the end of lap 63, heading into lap 64, which was the best lap of the race for me. So here we go, into the first corner, really tight line on the apex, really good on the power. I'm getting so much better on the brakes at this track now. I don't make the tyres squeal every 2 seconds, it's absolutely lovely. And I knew I was on for some good laps today, but I had no clue of what was about to happen when I crossed the line this time. Here we go over the line, and it's a new personal best of 23.7. My old PB held for a good 4 months, I think, so I'm really happy I finally broken it. The new tyres have obviously helped me out a lot. But yeah, not much else happened now for the rest of the race. There was a few more back markers to get past, but I'm just going to skip ahead to the last couple of laps of the race. So here we go then, just coming on to what will be the last lap of the race. That's over the checker flag for a P3 finish. Although on the system it says I finished P5, but yeah, there was an error with the timings and it calculated me as doing 1 less lap than I did and calculated one of my laps being the length of 2. So that was simple enough to work out. It just basically didn't calculate that I'd gone over the line 1 lap, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, really good race, really enjoyed myself, and I'll be going to Farnborough on my birthday in the middle of February, and that'll probably be my next upload. See you guys later. Peace.